Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm so excited to be doing this really dramatic, colorful cut crease. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't done that already, and let's get on to the tutorial. I'm starting off the look with my eyebrows ready and my eyelids prepped. I also stuck down a piece of tape. As you can see, it runs from the bottom lash line to the end of my eyebrow. This is going to help make the edge of my eyeshadow look extremely sharp. It's going to look so clean and so crisp. From the Norvina Volume 1 palette, I'm going into the shade D5. This is an extremely matte black pressed pigment. I'm applying this all to the outer corner of my eye, and this is also why I love applying a piece of tape to the outer edge. As you can see, I'm going right over this edge of tape, but it's going to still leave me with a very crisp line once I take it off because it is protecting my skin from any color. I'm slowly beginning to drag in that matte black into the inner corner of my eye. Keep in mind that you do not have to be perfect or precise at this step whatsoever because we are going to be cutting the crease, which is where the crispness and the precision come into play. So right now, since you're just laying down all of the tones, throw them in there, trust the process. I promise it will all come together in the end. So as you can see, I'm going over this black eyeshadow a couple times. This is just going to give me more definition. The darker that your eyeshadow looks, the more saturated and crisp that it's going to turn out when we remove the tape. So I'm keeping it on the outer edge of my eyelid, and I'm also taking it right into my crease where I'm going to be cutting the crease. Once you're satisfied with the darkness of the black eyeshadow, you want to start going over these edges with a different color. I'm choosing to use Hot Pink. This is a shade B1 from the Norvina 1 palette. Keep in mind that you can use any type of tones that you want for this color. You can switch them up. You can even do browns. You can do blues, greens, purples. Use this video to guide you and to walk you through the steps and the layout where you're going to be placing your different eyeshadows. But like I said, you can do this even in neutrals. You can do very soft summer tones. Anything that you want to do, you can customize this to the way that you like to wear your makeup. I'm also going to apply the Hot Pink into the inner corner of my eye. This step is very important. This is basically the only chance that you're going to get to buff between the black and the pink color. So take your time when you're doing this. Go back and forth. I did go multiple times back into the black as well, and then I went back into the pink, back into the black, and I just went back and forth until I was satisfied with how they look merged together. You do want to take your time here. Keep in mind that the goal here is to make the edge of the black as soft as possible. Also, pink and black are extremely different colors. They're on opposite sides of the color wheel, so you are going to have to take a lot of time to buff these colors together. So as you can see in this next clip, the black is going to be a lot higher than it was before. So this is going to happen when you're blending and buffing, and this is exactly what you want. Now that I have my crease eyeshadows down, I'm taking an eyeliner brush and my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, and I'm just going to start cutting my crease. So this is an extremely easy way to do it. I find this so much easier to do as opposed to using a concealer brush to cut your crease, just because you're going in a different angle. Once I'm satisfied with the cut crease, I do switch over to a larger concealer brush. Anything flat like this will work. I do this just so that I can cover more space quicker. It just saves a little bit more time, and since I am working with a larger area, I'm not having to worry about being so precise. The reason why I use the eyeliner brush at the crease is because I do want to be precise, but once you have that down, you can switch over. Next, I'm applying the same black eyeshadow just to merge these edges together. Just go over the concealer a little bit to add a little bit more softness to this area. I'm switching over to the Norvina Volume 4 palette. So I'm using the shade C3. This is a blue with a purple metallic duochrome shift. This color is gorgeous. You could use it wet or dry. If you do use this eyeshadow wet, I do recommend to use it with a setting spray. So you are going to intensify the metallic on any eyeshadow if you add a setting spray to it. I've done that before on my channel and it just looks so beautiful, but on this look, I didn't feel like it would blend nice enough with the black eyeshadow, so I decided to use it dry. But look at that color. It looks so gorgeous. And right next to this, I'm going to be using a pink shade, which is A2. Once I used this shade, I started to really like the way that it was turning out. It started to make it look so much more springy, so much more soft, so much more girly in my opinion. I just loved it so much. I'm just slightly sweeping it into the inner corner of my eye, leaving a small gap so I could put an inner corner highlight. To highlight the inner corner of my eye, I'm using the shade A1, which is a metallic warm silver. It's very bright and very reflective, so it looks beautiful. Just to highlight this area, you can also use it under your brow bone. So quickly, I'm blending my crease one more time just to buff that together, and then comes the satisfying part. One of my favorite parts of doing this is removing this piece of tape, just because it reveals the extremely crisp line that you have at the outer edge of your eye. Just look at this perfection, look at this sharpness. It's just gorgeous to me. It's so satisfying to see this. Next, I'm taking my Anastasia Beverly Hills Black Liquid Liner. I really have been loving this liner. I've already repurchased it about 3 or 4 times. I just love it so much. The felt tip applicator is so easy to use in my opinion. The handle is actually also really easy to hold. A lot of times the liners are not comfortable to hold and it just messes you up every time. I'm also going to be lining the inner waterline of my eye, but on top of my lash line. So I've noticed that whenever I don't do this, my lashes don't look as full as possible. Whenever you apply black eyeliner into the waterline, but on top, right at the base of your eyelashes, your lashes look so much fuller and your eye look looks just so much more complete. If you know, you know, because when I leave this bare, I can definitely see the difference. I'm also taking that same black gel eyeliner and I'm applying it to the bottom lash line. This is going to make my eye look so much more dramatic, so much more complete, and so much darker. I'm also taking a mixture of the matte black and my purple so I can give my lower lashes some smoke. I'm ready to apply my false lashes. I feel like this look definitely needs a pair of lashes. So these are the Anastasia false lashes in the style Gorgina. I'm applying these right at the base of my lashes and I didn't notice that I didn't correctly adhere the inner corner of my eye, but at the end I fixed it. So you are going to notice that throughout the rest of the video. These lashes are very comfortable to wear. I've already used them about 4 or 5 times and they still look as perfect as when I removed them from the box. This next step is completely optional. I'm taking the same crease color that I used and I'm applying it right onto my lower lash line just to give me a little bit of color. If you're not as comfortable as I am with color, you can go ahead and leave the bottom lash line smoked out with black only and it will look gorgeous. The next thing I'm going to do is prep my skin for foundation. So I'm applying my Milk Cosmetics moisturizer. This is a moisturizer that I just recently got. It's been really good so far. I have extremely dry skin no matter what I do to it. I've noticed that this moisturizer helps my dry skin so much more and it makes my foundation look a lot nicer. But if you are not comfortable with extremely thick moisturizers, this one is not going to be for you. I do sometimes feel like I have to blend it in with a serum just because it's so thick and it only goes as far as where you apply it. I'm using my Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Plus foundation and I'm just applying it to the main parts of my face, which would be my cheeks and my chin. Then I'm going to be buffing it out with a Real Techniques foundation brush. I'm just moving this all over my skin. This foundation can be as light or as heavy as you want it to, so it's definitely medium to buildable coverage. I prefer my foundations to be extremely full coverage. Although I don't have too much on my face that I need to cover, I just like that full glam look. I'm also adding my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. I do get my concealers in a little bit of a lighter tone than my foundation just so I can add a little bit more highlight to my lower lash line. This is just going to highlight the center points of your face, and once you apply your powder and your bronzer, it'll all come together in the end. The next thing that I'm using is my Kylie Cosmetics setting powder. I'm using this in the shade Yellow. I do have yellow undertones in my skin. You can find this in translucent and multiple other shades, but this is just the one that works best for my skin tone. This powder is going to make your skin look so smooth, and I feel like it does fill pores as well. Next, I'm using my Pixie palette. This was actually sent to me in PR, but I was actually really surprised that this is something that I've been reaching for almost every day. It comes with your bronzing shades. It also has blushes and beautiful highlights. These are available at Target. I love how with Pixie, you're getting high-end quality with drugstore pricing. The pricing with Pixie is just right in between drugstore quality and high-end makeup, so the pricing, you can expect it to be really good. After I applied my bronzer to the outer corners of my face, I'm taking the blush and I'm applying this right onto the apples of my cheeks. I personally do like to blend my blush back towards my hairline. And then I am going into the highlighting shades and I'm applying them right onto my cheekbone area. So after I finished with my skin, I added a nice nude lip liner and then I popped in a nice nude gloss just to finish up the look. I didn't want to add such a dramatic lip combo with this eyeshadow, so I kept it nude and neutral. Right at the very end, I do like to apply a little bit of highlighter right at the tip of my nose. And once I'm done with that, I am completely finished. I was actually really satisfied with the way that this look turned out. This is something that I would definitely wear any day. This is so beautiful to me. It's just very colorful, but it's also very dark and dramatic. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. I'll see you in my next video, and don't forget to subscribe and follow me on Instagram for more makeup inspiration. Bye guys.